right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Yawanathan, back with another quick lesson. Lord willing, it's edifying. And this is another in transit video. So I'm using a screen recorder, and I just have two things that I want to pull up on the screen. The first being what you're looking at, Psalms 140th chapter, and the highlighted verses, verse 1 through 5. All right, I had it playing on the audio Bible, in the car, and I thought it was a perfect prayer for the times that we're living in and the times that we're going into. All right, being that we have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is a spirit of prophecy, we understand what the will of Yahweh Shai Shai is, and how he's using the so-called white man, who's the devil and Satan that the Bible speaks of, the nation of Esau, Edom. He's using them as the wicked to bring about his plans, because ultimately it's the Most High's plans. All right, it's Yahweh Shai's prophecy that we're living. It's not the so-called white man's power and his authority and what he wants to do. It's what the Most High put in his spirit to make him want to do it. All right, so we only fear Yahweh Shai. We only seek salvation and safety from Yahweh Shai and those names in particular. All right, Proverbs 18 and 10. So as the Psalms, we understand that they're songs, but they're also prayers. And a lot of the times King David was praying to Yahweh Shai to protect him from his enemies. And we need the same protection. So yeah, I try to play it on the screen recorder with the audio, but it's really low. I don't even think, you brothers and sisters are going to be able to hear it. So you can read it for yourself. And I have a word that I want to bring out, a definition, which is the word democide, because that's pretty much what this is talking about. The violent man, the wicked, and how they're trying to kill us. And not only just us, but that's just their ways, is to destroy, to ensnare you, and ultimately war. War is going to be followed by lots of death. And a lot of these so-called agendas that the so-called white man has is really just different forms of war, whether it be through the vaccines. All right, because when I read about the serpent's poison, the adder's poison, they sharpen their tongues like a serpent. I thought about the jab, how the jab needle was modeled after a viper's fang, which is a poisonous serpent. And right, it said continually are they gathered together for war. So everything these people do is all about violence and blood and war. And so, and they're ushering in of what they call the New World Order, where they try to make it seem like this utopian, peaceful world is going to come by way of a lot of death. And ultimately, they want to destroy those that believe, that have faith in Yahweh Shai. Because those that have the faith, all right, the scriptures say how they're going to stand against evil and against the workers of iniquity. So we're the only thing that really stands in their way of accomplishing this evil kingdom that they want to establish on the earth, which they've already established it to some degree. Because look at America, look at Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt. You can't get no more wicked than this, but somehow, somewhere in their wicked imagination, they want to go even further. It says, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. So all these people do is imagine evil things and basically take the necessary precautions and steps and actions to bring about that evil. So we need Yahweh Shai to protect us, man. All right, we need that. And like I said, this is a perfect prayer to send up. And even just playing it on the Bible app, just the vibration as I was hearing the auditory, it was making me feel good. So I just wanted to bring that out. And the word democide, All right, the word democide, it was a term coined by American politician scientist Rudolf Rummel to describe the intentional killing of an unarmed or disarmed person by government agents acting in their authoritative capacity and pursuant to government policy or high command. So when I think about that, I think about martial law and all the executive orders that this government has signed, through the different president election terms, or selection terms, should I say, right? And all them executive orders that were signed are pretty much against the American people, and them basically bringing about violence and war against you for resisting the New World Order, for resisting the established authority, because America is bought and paid for by the central bankers. So when the central banks issue their digital currencies, and all these different countries and nations and governments that have deal with the central bank, and not just have deal with them, are indebted to the central bank, all right, and are owned by the central bank through debt, ibadyat in the Hebrew. Any people that resist the government and the laws that are going to be issued forth, ultimately leading to the microchip, any people that resist that is going to be dealt with through draconian measures, all right, which is what? Basically violence, and they're not going to spare anybody, man. They're not going to, they're not going to see you and your family, and you got a newborn child, and you're looking out for the best interests of your baby, your child. They don't care about that, man. These people are heartless, and you're going to see that they're really the devil that the Bible speaks of. Otherwise, why would a term like this even exist? Why would democide even be a word? Because this has happened in the past, and it will happen again. And that's what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has set up and ordained to happen. So we need the same one that's making it happen. We need them, Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, to protect us from this, man. All right? It says, keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. So they don't want us to be close to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and keep the law, statute, commandments. Remember in Revelation 12, it speaks about the dragon that made war against the remnant of her seed who kept the commandments. Because according to our commandments, the commandments that the Lord gave us as Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're not supposed to take any jabs. We're not supposed to take any microchips or any cutting in our flesh, which includes tattoos, and stuff like that. So that's this devil's whole MO. It's a microchip tag you. So if you're following the commandments, you're going to say, no, well, I fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai more than man, which is what the scriptures say to do. And because of that fear, I'm going to say no. I'd rather take the punishment from the so-called white man, which is, being beheaded according to Revelation, the 20th chapter. I'd rather take that than get burnt by the missiles and by Yahweh Shai's chariots, so-called UFOs. That's a far worse judgment than getting your head chopped off. There's a lot more, and it's not even more to fear as if we fear the so-called white man. I'm just using that as an example that the death that he's bringing is not the same power as Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and ultimately even his comes from the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, just on a super low level. And it's really an intimidation thing. The guillotine is also a psychological ego death, because when you're on the guillotine and you turn back around, you pretty much just sold out. You sold yourself out. All right, it's a psychological thing. You seeing the blade, and of course, they got the smart guillotines now where you facing up, you're not facing down. But before, they would have you facing down in anticipation of when the blade would come, because you wouldn't be able to see it. So you would just be thinking about it, and that thought process of that any minute now, if you don't basically bow down, and give up, so to speak. It's another word that I want to use, surrender. If you don't surrender, you know that blade is going to come knock your head off, so it'll fuck with your mind in those last final moments. That's pretty much the point of the guillotine. But now in this day and age, since this devil has got, let me rephrase it the right way, since the Most High has given him technology, right, he has advanced his wickedness and his torture methods and mechanisms and things like that. So now they got you facing up. They got the eye retina scan on the guillotine, which pretty much is a biometric judgment, meaning, according to what they profess, this AI and all, artificial intelligence programs and all of that, the guillotine won't make a mistake, all right? And the guillotine will not have feelings towards you. It will not have sympathy towards you. Once it reads your scan and it sees who you are and you're that threat, you're on that red list or that black list, that's an automatic sentence, death sentence. The blade comes down and you're watching it come down. So this man is very sick. He's a psychopath. And we need help, man. We need help. We need help from on high. Nobody on this planet Earth can help us, man. We can't help ourselves. We can't help each other. Only Yahweh Shem Yahushai can deliver us from this and give us a spirit that we need to endure it and get through. So this way we could be delivered and receive the promises that the Lord promised our forefathers, our nation, the nation of Israel. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to put that out. Just a quick exhortation. Send up these Psalms prayers, man. Play them. You driving around, play it on the audio. Play it in the house. You doing something. You cleaning or something. You cooking. Play the audio Bible. It's going to put the spirit on you. You're going to get that vibration around you, which is the Holy Spirit. All right? And you're going to be more in the spirit of prophecy, because that is the testimony of Yahweh Shai. That's us bearing witness to Yahweh Shai and these words is prophecy, is the fact that we're prophesying things and they're coming to pass. And therefore we know the future and we know what's coming. So we can only prepare ourselves with so much, but that's why we got this wisdom and knowledge, all right, to be the stability of our time in the days to come, right now and in the days to come and forever. Because we're going to have this word in us in the kingdom. Lord willing, we make it. So with that, I'm going to say, Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Hope and pray you were edified through the Holy Spirit. And Lord willing, I'll see you in the next lesson. Shalom.